you want.
It doesn't matter if they see you. That's just
seeing
you.
Not only will they see you, but they can now hear.
Yeah, well, hi everyone.
Okay, looks like you can see us, right? Yeah, there's so many people in this chat. Hi, they can see you. They can see you, Kat. Kelly's also here.
And Yvonne. Yvonne, shove your face.
She's trying to hide, but
She's hiding on a beanbag.
she's here as well. I know this looks like a teenage dorm room for anybody that hasn't seen it.
There's
There's
also a lot of beanies in this room.
a lot of beanies in this room.
There's
Yeah, there's no straight energy in this room at all. It was just snowing outside, and these clouds were kind of coming in, and the sun was happening while it was snowing, and I saw my first snowbow, which is a snow rainbow. Hi, hey everybody. This is good to just take a second and say hello. Snowy Lake Stevenson.
Kelly is the real
Stevens.
MVP. Yvonne is in Seattle. Yay.
Everybody's loving Kelly and Yvonne. Catherine. Let's go lesbians. Yeah. Hey, Monroe. Okay. Right on. So good to see everybody. Denver, Alabama, Wyoming, Canada, Portland, LA, Boulder, Massachusetts, Duluth, Tacoma, Minneapolis, all of our haunts. Illinois, New York City, Kentucky, a lot of UK, Berkeley, Edmonds, just down the street. Oh, good. Well, hi, everybody. So it's been a long time since I have seen anyone. What I have been up to is I have been home since shortly after the Hollywood Bowl. I came home and sort of like moved back into our house. You know, we did like a big remodel and weren't really fully settled because we have just kind of like been running pretty solidly since everyone's come back from COVID. I know I see all your questions. I see them all. I know you're dying to know all these things. I get it. I don't have a whole lot of answers. My reason for getting together is literally just to hang out for a little while. I can give you some answers. Yeah, it's snowing in Renton, right? That's kind of where I'm at. I'm like right near there. Who the special guest is at Girls Just Want a Weekend? It's gonna be pretty great. So I've been home. We had a holiday at home. We had like Christmas and Thanksgiving. I've been hiking with the twins and Kath. Excited to have a fishing season here, an uninterrupted fishing season. Me and the twins spent New Year's Day on the boat with our wives and kids. We went out hiking. We went and got our like therapist. She lives on an island in the San Juans, and we all have the same therapist for like the last 20 years. We're just so unhealthy. I'm kidding. It's pretty healthy. So we went and grabbed her, and we all went on a hike with the kids. Picked her up in Lopez, and then we took the boat out to Maisha Island, which is what the locals call it, but it turns out it's called Matia. Did you know that?
Oh, really? We've been calling it Maisha.
We've been calling it Maisha because the one next to it's called Susha. So it's called Matia.
What if it's called Sutia?
No, it's that one is Susha. And the weather was beautiful. And only just recently got home, like day before yesterday, I took my first plane in since Hollywood Bowl to LA to go and spend an evening with Joni, catch up with Joni and see how she's doing. And she was doing really, really well. She was awesome. She's got a new kitten. And she's on a health kick. So, which means she's only drinking red wine instead of tequila. So I drank tequila alone. And we just had an amazing time. And she's got a couple of really big announcements coming up soon. So I'm really excited for everybody to see that. Let's see. Any other Joni related questions? When is the next Joni Jam? Joni Jams are going to get consistent again this year. Can I play Little Green at Girls Just Want a Weekend? Potentially. Can you get some new music? Not doing new music at the moment. You want a kitten? I get that. The Mothership lineup is awesome.
Lots of gorge questions.
Lots of gorge questions. Not doing the gorge. this year. We are not doing the gorge this year. That's too big of a plan. We're doing a couple of other big things that are like adjacent to it, that if you are looking for traveling to a destination show, you will have an experience like that. But it won't be the gorge this year. And I'm going to try and pick it back up again next year.
Lots of Red Rocks questions.
Can't answer any of those yet.
Elton.
Questions about Elton. Can't answer any of those questions. You guys know, I mean, all I will say about Elton is that Elton's my greatest hero of all time. And I don't know, probably my best friend, or one of my absolute best friends in life. We talk every single day, at least once. And my clothes constantly get made fun of. I constantly get accused of wearing shoes made by Pottery Barn. Yesterday, he asked me, because I took a photo of myself in a brown t-shirt, this t-shirt, which I've been wearing for 3 days. He asked me if I was in sackcloth and ashes. But no, I love Elton with all my heart, and I'm deeply inspired by Elton musically, and he has a lot left to offer the world.
The questions are going
Reading any
so
books?
well.
I begged Ann Powers to overnight me the Joni book, so I'm hoping I get that Joni book immediately. I'm excited and terrified to read it. Sister Strings, just saw Sister Strings because they came to hang with Joni with me.
They're going to be in the Country Music Hall of
And
Fame.
she fucking loved them. Yeah, they told me they're going to be in the Country Music Hall of Fame.
Matt playing. Oh, I just said something about that.
I saw it as Matt playing.
Yeah. Presume.
Probably yes. Yes, Girls on the Weekend, yes.
Grammys 24. How do you slow it down, Cal?
Scroll on the keypad.
Oh, you can look. Oh, no. What do you do? Oh, I can't.
Scroll back up.
Scroll back up. Oh.
Okay. Maybe if you just like pause it for a second so I can get to some of these questions specifically.
There you go. You got it.
Oh, okay.
You can hold it.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
Am I going to be a stowaway guest on Kiamo? Catherine really does not want me to be. But I'm contemplating it. If I'm honest, I'm contemplating it pretty heavily. That's a good question. Any fun performances with Dolly coming up? Not that I know of. Christmas morning was really special with the girls. They were bummed it didn't snow, but we had a really, really nice day. And Kat's mom, Lindsay, was in town. Holy shit, this chat is fast.
Do your Lindsay impression.
Catherine, I would impersonate your mother. That's terrible.
I hope my mum's not on that chat.
I nearly died.
What's going on with the Highwaymen?
What is the future of BC? Like Brandi Carlisle? Is Brandi Carlisle solo now? Or the twins are, oh, will the twins always be a part of the BC? Oh, is this the drama around the poster? Let's see. I think Catherine should have to answer for that fucking poster. She designed the damn thing. She approved the design.
Well, you could tell, you could explain the intent. But
Poster drama. Okay, look how fast it's going now.
Explain.
It's going so fast.
Explain featuring the Hansroff twins.
Featuring the Hansroff twins.
Yeah, but explain. Are
I
you
mean,
allowed to explain?
yeah, there's nothing to not explain. It was just part of the.
Can you say what they're doing?
Well, they're not. They're working on the twin EP, but like it was just a design feature on the poster. It was just like lately.
We're hoping the twins will perform some of their EP that night.
Are we?
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, Catherine just said it. Maybe they'll open, or maybe they'll do a few songs by themselves. I think that the underlying thing about the poster is that the incredibly talented person who designed it just put that on there, and Catherine liked it. And so
Catherine's
liked it.
outed the twins.
we liked that it featured Tim and Phil Hanseroth. And we think that, like, I think that because
It's also a way to differentiate between solo Brandi Carlile, full band Brandi Carlile,
Mhm.
and trio Brandi Carlile. So if it says Brandi featuring the Hansroth twins, it lets you know that the twins are going to be performing with Brandi.
Yeah.
And without the full band.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
then Brandi Carlile.
Can you guys hear her? I mean, I've learned to block her voice out.
Shut up.
But yes, they can hear her.
I'm seeing high
Okay.
women. There we go. I'm seeing high women a lot.
Yeah, they can hear her. Yeah, because there's just no real, like, Brandi Carlile band music being made or worked on or written right now. And because I'm personally in a time of centering and reinvention, I think it makes more sense to draw attention to how talented the twins are individually, so that if they want to do things while I'm in a time of rest and reset, that they can do those things with with the freedom and the recognition that they deserve. So no, the band is not breaking up. Nothing is ever happening to me and the twins. But I think it's good to have a little bit of an era of featuring, a separation that looks more like a featuring, where they can do things and then bring whatever they learned doing those things back to our band whenever we're ready to be embarking on our next journey. Am I producing anyone new? Sister Strings, I'm going to produce their music, and I'm very excited about it.
Let's see, book questions.
And then producing, if you could call what I do with Joni producing, it's more like being an apprentice underneath Joni's sort of guidance, but I'm doing live mixes with Joni, and listening back at some of the music that we've been achieving since Nashville, and taking her guidance and manifesting those things sort of for her. Can you tell us? Okay. I'm going to slow this chat down just so I can get some more questions from you guys. The children are amazing. They're huge. They're cracking me up. I'm like collecting stage stories.
Don't do that. Just go like that.
Look, you're worse than me.
Just go like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Collecting stories for everybody to hear on stage about the funny shit they're saying. I haven't been fishing because there's no open season right now. I haven't been ice fishing ever in my life, and if I ever do go ice fishing, it'll be up north in northern Minnesota with my family, with Scott and Barb and Wade. Will any of Gorge's last year Gorge or Red Rock shows be released for streaming or purchase? I'm working through the Gorge music. Everybody could see that was filmed and recorded, and I'm working through that with Joni, and it's an absolute pleasure. Big Top Chautauqua in Bayfield, Wisconsin. I love that gig, but not in the immediate future. Sackcloth and Ashes, the song that's waiting to be written. Any suggestion about best places to stay in the Pacific Northwest when the season starts? I would say the Inn at Langley is really special. It's on Whidbey Island, and I love that place. Don't want to give away my haunt, but that's a really special spot. Hi women. You know something? Me and the High women have been like texting back and forth with each other a lot. We're in a place of like deep love right now, and just appreciating what each other's doing. You know, Amanda's paintings are off the charts beautiful. Me and Catherine are huge fans of what she's creating with her art. And Marin's doing rad things and leading the way in a huge way. And I've been talking a lot with Natalie Hemby, who is writing up a storm with people that you're all going to hear about really soon. So yeah, we've been connecting and missing each other a lot. And I guess it's only a matter of time before we get together and do another album or something High Woman really. Is that hail or snow?
It's kind of
Oh, it's a snowstorm.
snow.
Is it cold in my house? Yeah, let me take the coat off. Sorry. It's cold. It's been really cold. I've been waiting for it to get cold the whole season. What's for dinner? Catherine's doing a roast dinner tonight. So I've cooked the last 3 nights. Last night I did a cedar plank sockeye, right? With some
Yes.
sauteed mushrooms and white wine.
Mm-hmm.
With some arugula, pomegranate, goat cheese salad, and sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
Night before that, I did pan-fried halibut with Catherine's winter salad, roasted squash and beets. Night before that, I did steaks,
You
did red meat
do.
with mushrooms.
And then I did the 3 nights prior to that.
And then you cooked 3 nights prior to that. We've been taking turns cooking. Yeah, so tonight is a roast dinner. I don't have to cook.
Actually, I should get going on that.
You should get going on it. Let's see. Okay, there we go. How are Small Town Strings doing? They're doing great. And they actually all moved to Nashville just like a couple weeks ago. So they came here and we finished their EP here in this studio. And it's amazing. Matt Chamberlain's just going to play a few more things on it. Brandon Bell's going to mix it. And then however they see fit to put it out or bring it to you, you'll hear it. But it's outstanding. Beautiful music. Got married last week. Congratulations. Bramley Cookbook was really cool. Why am I so cute though? You talking about me? She must be seeing something behind me. No, I don't know what color my aura is. What color is it? You're welcome for the Teachers Lounge at Mothership. We'll have another one this year. I think it's a really important thing in Florida. Am I nervous for Grammys? It's funny. This year, it's weird. This year, I feel less pressure than I've ever felt, but I'm more nervous than I've ever been for people I love that are really deserving. Joni, Brandi. Sad Tanya didn't get nominated.
Allison.
I would love to see Allison win. It's going to be really amazing. I'd like to see Miley win too. Be cool. Will I be at the Grammys? Yes. Have I been to Jamboozy? No. But written it into a song. I put on my favorite jacket for Jamboozy. I painted up my eyes and wore my beads. My son-in-law won an Emmy the night you won yours. Congratulations. Best Christmas gift I got or gave this year. I did some good ones because I really had time to connect to everyone. I gave Kath these 3 rings. These really cool. Do you have them on?
Yeah, but I'm not a hand model.
She's not a hand model.
I bite my fingernails.
She has gay hands.
I have 12-year-old boy hands.
That's gay hands.
Especially my thumbs.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, they're really cool. They're just like local artists made them and they're just very her. She likes like matte, distressed looking metal with like really tiny little line of black diamonds in it.
Now, what about your gift that I gave you, Brandi?
Which one?
Oh, well, I'll just test your memory right now.
The cocktail maker. She haven't given me like a cocktail making kit that's like matte black, and I've been making a lot of whiskey sours. So I'm actually going to make one tonight, a whiskey sour,
And the 25-year-old whiskey
and the 25-year-old
that
whiskey.
Yvonne's going to sample.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Well, that's a Scotch, to be clear, right?
I meant Scotch.
Yeah.
Yes.
I meant
I'm
Scotch.
disappointed in you that you didn't hold her accountable for that.
I meant she knew what I meant.
Malt whiskey. I think proper.
Can I do Yvonne's accent? I can't, but Catherine can.
Oh, no bother.
It's also Annie Lennox's accent. I talked to her for about an hour yesterday or more even. Did I give the twins meat this year? No, but I should have. That's a good gift. Oh my God. Noah Khan collaboration.
Interesting.
What did I give the twins? I got Tim a pair of Gucci cords, like pants, and it was really fun because I went into the store and I like didn't know exactly what size he was, and the gal was like really helpful to me. We were taking the pants off the mannequin, and I was showing pictures of the twins on red carpets and stuff, and I picked the perfect size and the perfect most Tim pair of pants. They are brown pants, yeah. They actually are.
With red stripes.
Yeah. And some sunglasses for Mexico. So you'll probably see the pants and the sunglasses make an appearance in Mexico. Phil, I got tall wellies because we always go hiking down in the woods and we can't get through some of the puddles. They're really, really deep. And lately he's been like trying to just walk through the sticker bushes and shit. And I'm like, dude, I can't believe you don't have wellies. So I got him some knee-high wellies and a Filson jacket that matches them.
And an elk
With- That's what it's a jacket. Come say hi, Bubby. Come here. Come say hello to the Bramley. Look who just got out of school.
Oh, go show the Brandi your chef out.
Eva has made the premier soccer team. She has got her orange belt or stripe
Orange
belt in Kung Fu, and she's in horseback riding lessons, and she's in 4th grade. Eli,
You got to show.
as you can see by her shirt,
Chef Eli
won't put her school on there.
Oh yeah.
Not that anybody in the Bramley cares about your chef school, is in a young chef school. And she's also in horseback riding lessons. And also she does gymnastics. You want to say hello?
Hello,
And tell everybody that you miss them at the concerts?
I miss you.
Me too. Mm.
All right. You need to go now.
Okay, we'll see you guys in there.
Are you going now to chef school?
All right, bring me home something that you make. Aren't they huge? Yeah, they're very busy. Eva is just obsessed with soccer right now. Everything that has to do with soccer. And we just watched what's that cool film?
Oh, what was it called?
Under Pressure.
Under Pressure.
Oh,
About
yeah.
the U.S. women's.
I'd forgotten
Soccer team.
you were in here, you little spy. Yeah, about the U.S. women's soccer team, and she was on a rec league in L.A. called the Crushers when I was working down there. And now that we got home, she just joined the Premier League, and she's really, really proud of it. She had to try out for about 3 weeks to make the team, and it was pretty touch and go. So she understood. She understood in Under Pressure about the phone call for the World Cup.
And we watched Bend It Like Beckham.
And we watched Bend It Like Beckham, which is quite outdated.
It is.
Ted Lasso. I wonder if she'd be interested in Ted Lasso. She's really kind of interested in girls playing soccer. Would you say that, Eva?
What are you talking about?
Come here.
Like, are you interested in watching guys play soccer?
No.
No? It's refreshing. You want to come tell them where you like to play and what your deal is?
No thanks.
She likes playing. What's the position she likes playing?
Midfield.
Midfield. She wants to be a striker though, and her
No, she
soccer.
wants to play
No.
midfield because strikers can't go backwards.
Her soccer mom is actually Abby, who handles Eva's. Well, I mean, we do the best we can, but well, actually, Catherine's quite good at soccer. She
Well,
bought
thank you.
cleats.
First of all, it's called football.
She bought
Soccer.
cleats, and she's been practicing with Eva. I am playing Tears of the Kingdom, but not as much as I'd like to.
Soccer. It is soccer.
Who's her favorite soccer player? Who's your favorite soccer player? I think you kind of have to say Abby.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were going to say that anyway. Definitely Abby. I love Joan Armatrading. Abby and Glennon, I don't know if they're coming to Mothership. I don't know what I can give away and what I can't in terms of like a lot of different things. Tish update. Tish's whole EP is getting ready to come out. I know the next single, and it's my favorite, I think. Linda Ronstadt being played by Selena Gomez. Very interesting. Very interesting. They do look a lot alike. And I'm not as familiar with Selena's music as I should be, but I'm going to dive in now because I'm intrigued. Linda Ronstadt's one of the finest singers of all time. She is one of the finest, most powerful, and profound voices that I've ever heard. She's your favorite singer. Good choice. She's absolutely amazing. Let's see. There's so many questions here. I'm going to try to slow some of them down. How long have I been on, guys? Oh, only half an hour. I got some more time. Yeah, cool. Shooter's got some cool stuff he's up to lately. He just got a residency at a recording studio. I think he's going to have this be at a really cool recording studio for like several months. Oh, wait. Leave site? No, just cancel, right?
Yep.
Why do I make things appear? Do I ever play the ukulele? Yeah, a little bit. Joni Mitchell. Joan's not keen on documentaries. I mean, she likes watching them, but she doesn't really like the idea of a documentary being made about her. Broken Horses into a movie. I've been approached about that several times. It's just interesting because, like, what part of it? What's the take on it, you know? The book that Catherine and I are writing is really cool. It's really, really close to being done. In fact, Catherine's part is done. And it's like most art has taken on a whole life of its own where it's a little bit different than kind of what we had planned for it to be in a really, really good way. I kind of thought that it would be like a gay parenting book that would be like, I don't know, dare I say self-helpy or how-to vibes or whatever, you know, and it's actually turned into much more memoir with a purpose, you know? And it's really funny. There's a lot of comedy in it. Like I am laughing out loud reading her sections and my sections, like laughing really hard. Gay parenting life hacks. There's going to be a lot of gay parenting life hacks, but there's going to be a lot of parenting life hacks in general. It's also a little bit of a handbook for straight people because I've really noticed that as the great domestic assimilation of my generation has taken place, that straight people want to include queer people in 2024 into some of the institutions that support families, but they don't know how to ask questions and they're curious. They're curious about the basics and they don't want to offend anyone by asking the wrong question or using the wrong words in the wrong way. So I love this book for the fact that it's got an irreverence to it. It's funny. It's really like a human take on relationships with kids, but also like with each other. You know, it's not the Instagram version where we're trying to portray that we have something perfect going on. In fact, Catherine and I really fight like a lot. And yeah, I don't think there's any point in obscuring that. In fact, I think that my book agent, who I love, he was laughing. He told me that he was reading it as being quite in your face and quote unquote transgressive. So I had to Google that, only to discover that it meant that maybe there's like a little bit of oversharing. And yeah, I stand by it. Let's see. Salmon Fest. I love Salmon Fest. Always an amazing festival and organization. Do I have a favorite riff on guitar? You know what? I mean, I don't have a favorite riff, but you know, every time I get a guitar, like if I'm in the store and I'm like playing a guitar and trying to figure out, you know, what it sounds like, what it feels like, I always do that little riff that Amy Ray does on 1200 Curfews. Do do ding 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 ding. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's easy and it was like my go-to first couple of riffs. I don't have a comment about Stanley versus Yeti, guys. I'm just catching up to the fact that Stanley's making a comeback. How am I feeling about American politics? Oh, hard thing for me to get my heart around at the moment. I'm stressed about the fall. I'm stressed about the divisiveness. I'm stressed about living in my town. And waiting to see something materialize that I can really get behind with my whole heart. Okay. Will and Jacob, please answer me. I'm a kid. Wait, what was your question? You're coming to Mexico. Same with your brother. Please answer. A what? How do I find what you asked? Okay, if I see you again, I will answer you, but this is going really quickly. I'm so happy you're coming to Mexico. You're going to have so much fun. Our kids are coming too. And it's a great place for kids. Really great to be at the Girls Just Want a Weekend. And if you're a boy and you're worried about being at something called Girls Just Want a Weekend, we're so nice to boys there. How's Elton? He's very well. Very ornery. Video games am I playing? Tears of the Kingdom. Whenever I'm allowed, but Catherine's very limiting. Can I say anything about shows I'll be doing this year? Yes. Very limited shows. Not very many shows. And I think I'm only doing 1 to 2 full band shows and just a small handful of trio shows. And the only reason I'm doing shows in general is just as a review of my music and my playing, and to keep my chops up and to keep food on the table, and to keep me and the twins' harmonies tight. But I'm not doing any shows with any ambition attached to them other than just to play music and be with people. But not in a way that's going to make me have to miss any important soccer games or pull me out of my transitional period before I'm ready to be pulled out of it. Yeah, thank you. About us deserving a break. I mean, we have been given an unbelievable gift. I don't even really like to entertain the concept of, deserving a break, just because I know so many of my friends that are more talented than me, that work harder than me, that are just really struggling to make ends meet. And would love the opportunity to be allowed to take a break. And they would deserve it too. It's more like, it's less like a break, because a break is something that happens when you want to come back to the same thing you stopped doing. And I don't know that I plan to come back in the same way, you know? I don't want to pause. I want a reevaluation, a reset, which is much, much more exciting. And I don't know. I don't know that I'll have my Ziggy Stardust when I come back. I've already got rid of the blonde, you know? So what does that mean musically? I have to be comfortable. I have to be comfortable not knowing. And that is an important spiritual shift for me. Yes, I've seen Wonka and I love it. You love the hair. Thank you. Just did it. Just had it done when I went to go see Joni. Will I still perform? Yeah. It's just, it's like funny. I don't know as what or what. You know what I mean? Like, will I play electric guitar? Will I play acoustic guitar? Will I play piano? Will I play an instrument? Will my hair be brown? Will I wear a suit? Will I wear a dress? Will I will I play solo? Will I play with a 10-piece? Will I play jazz? I don't know. I actually don't have any plan. I need to not have a plan, because my ambition it's so visceral and it so overtakes my whole life and family, and it creates a sort of sense of gravity that when I do have a plan, that plan happens. And so for me to not have a plan is like almost like it's a necessity, because if I have one, it will happen. So I'm gonna have to really be comfortable with not having one. Don't want anyone else to be uncomfortable, but I want to be an artist above all things. I think a lot about David Bowie lately, and I'm actually have my Bowie book right here. About the anxiety of reinvention versus the knowing that whoever you are next is who you're meant to be. And he was just really unapologetic about it, and really believed that for an artist to thrive or fully be an artist, that they had to be just in over their head, to where if they stood on their tippy toes, they could breathe. But if they didn't, that they would actually be just right on the cusp of danger at all times. And I think that you could get really comfortable doing what I've been doing. Not comfortable in terms of not working hard, but just comfortable not getting antsy or angsty about what you're creating, because it's working. So you just kind of keep hitting the it's working button. And I want to not have access to that button. So I have to let it go. Play with the orchestra. Love that. You'll be here while I figure it all out. Thank you. That's what everyone that I love has said, including you. Yeah. COVID robbed us of you in 2020. So funny. When will you reschedule Australia? Oh, yeah. Oh, I thought Australia. Yeah, it did rob us of Australia. Australia loves lesbians. Does it scare me to let it go? Yeah, it scares me. Isn't that awesome? Oh, wait, I just found Will and Jacob's question. But it went so fast. What's my favorite song or favorite video game? Yeah. Okay, that's Will and Jacob's question. Okay. My favorite song of all time, or that I've written of all time, I've got like 5. I've got Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. I've got I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton. A Case of You by Joni Mitchell. Someone Saved My Life Tonight by Elton John. And it's always the last one that's so hard for me to decide on. Ah. God, what would it be? What would my 5th favorite song be? I don't know. I'm gonna keep thinking about it. Favorite video game is got to be Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. But like old school, I love Dr. Mario, love Tetris. Fishing in the dark. You and me going fishing in the dark. Ooh, Ghost by the Indigo Girls is a good one. Why? Annie Lennox, that's a good one. Is There Life on Mars? David Bowie, good one. Not Lady in Red, no. We Are the Champions. Yes. Yeah. Oh, Tracy Chapman, talking about revolution. I have noticed you have successfully avoided the Red Rocks question no less than 1,000 times. Come on, Brandi. Because I don't know everything, guys. I'll tell you what I know and what I'm allowed to tell you. Oh, geez. Okay, here's the hard questions. How do I feel about Winona's support of Trump? The media agenda. Ugh. I'm kind of with you guys. I don't really know how to answer that question. I've never spoken to her about it. Still haven't. I didn't know that she did support Trump, like at all, to the point where I'm not even sure she does. I don't know what she knows in terms of about what it was that she did and where she played. I love her, but I'm really disappointed by that. And I need to take care of myself by creating space around that issue. I adore her, and I'm sure at some point she'll probably call and want to talk through it with me, and I'll ask a lot of the same questions you're asking me. I personally didn't know and was really surprised, just as surprised, more surprised actually than any of you to hear that, because that's not ever been my experience with Winona. Every time I see Winona, how's your beautiful wife? How's your beautiful family? You know, asks me about pronouns, how to address people properly. Sits in rooms with her sister, you know, Ashley Judd and me, and soulfully seems to at least ascertain, you know, the struggles in this country around basic civil and human rights. And it wasn't ever something that occurred to me that she would think contrary to. It's not really about like-mindedness or groupthink or trying to get any one person to conform to an ideology. It's just that that particular organization and that particular place is over the line for me. And that's how I feel about it. And also I love her very much. And I hope that that was an accident and that she feels differently. Yeah, it really broke your heart. I know. And I asked everybody here to support why through what the tragedy that she's just gone through. And I know that everybody did. I know everybody showed up for why, and everybody came to Girls One Weekend and threw their bras up on stage, and that that you love her and that you trusted her and that you trusted me. And she's a human being, and I believe has made a mistake. Whether or not she acknowledges that as one is a different story. And One, I don't know because I haven't connected as a result of that. In my mind, transgression. And because I'm hurt and I'm concerned. I don't want to hear something that'll set me back emotionally or scar me. But that's how I feel, if I'm just really honest with you. Will I stay in the US if Trump wins again? Yes. Yeah, but it's really tempting to just, bebop up onto Salt Spring Island or Pender or Vancouver Island or head up there, and if things ever got dangerous for my kids or oppressive for my family, I would probably have to reconsider. I love Canada with all my heart. You want to talk about Gaza? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know everybody's really hurting and feeling helpless and conflicted about how to address the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. And I am feeling just as helpless and anxious and boxed in, sort of as all of you are. I am meditating through some ideologies around how appropriate it is to focus activism onto social media in this time and in these ways. I think there are problems with social media based activism. However, at the same time, I see that there are really potent and amazing people in that battle, and they're using those platforms to raise awareness in ways that I think are helping to move the needle somewhat in terms of just shifting the point of view of the zeitgeist. And then there are layering levels of diplomacy and hands-on activism that I'm seeing through my work with War Child and Children in Conflict. And I know which parts of me can be engaged in these things and which parts can't. I know what kinds of activism I'm good at and what kinds of activism that I'm not good at. And the work that Catherine and I are doing right now to support War Child and Children in Conflict as we raise money for humanitarian aid and engaging actively in diplomacy around how to get to specifically children who are suffering and struggling in Gaza is full-time heart work for us. To the extent that I engage about that and around that on social media, that is still a concept that's up in the air for me. I'm not exactly sure how to responsibly do that. I worry about the profound apathy that comes from creating online activism, comments style activism, where people are getting dopamine hits by fighting in the comment sections of posts they agree with or posts that they do agree with versus actually aligning with an NGO and volunteering for an organization, showing up at a protest, making a phone call, engaging in person. Those conflicts, those mini conflicts that we're experiencing in comment sections, they use a lot of the energy that we could use to support the children that are suffering in Gaza. And on some level, you have to trust that your heart will lead you to the right kind of activism for you. And if that's not the place for you, is in comment sections or in using your platform in that way, then find the other way, find the other tributary, the other avenue to humanitarian aid. The other thing I worry about is desensitization. I feel that as I've worked for the time that I've spent in charity, philanthropy, activism, all the corners of outreach that I can think of, that images and videos of tragedy, violence, destruction, if accompanied by a call to action, are a really, really, really important part of how we digest and process tragedy, especially internationally. And war photography, journalism, really, 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 really important parts of rallying and activating people. When we're digesting and searching too many of those images without a call to action, without a way to, I think it can create an epidemic of apathy. So I have principles and beliefs about how I personally should engage online and can responsibly engage online. And I'm finding that I'm being more effective with my work with war child and children in conflict than I am engaging in posting on social media with total respect to the people that are, and admiration for the people that are, because they know what they're good at. Boy, this is getting really fast now. Refreshing to have someone answer tough questions. I'm answering the best I can. It's very, very difficult to talk about. I mean, I could cry. You know, Catherine and I are a really good team because I tend to think really big picture. You know, I get into the mire of language and politics and who's responsible for what. And some of that is clear cut in this situation, painfully clear cut in this situation. But she has this incredible ability to refocus me. She says, that's fine. That's fine that you feel all those things, that you're worried about all those things, that you're thinking about how people engage in activism online, and that you're worried about governments and unchecked power and capitalism run amok, that you're worried about all those things are fantastic. But can we think about food right now? Can we think about puffer jackets? Because it's cold. Think small. If you can think small, you can make a difference. Is Josh still part of the band? Duh. Duh. Is that Josh asking that question? What does winter look like on the compound? Outside chores. Yeah, a lot of outside chores all the time. Thank you for all the compliments, guys, about my humanitarian work. Let's see. Fried Green Tomatoes, the musical, that seems to be on hold, but whenever it's not, I have an EGOT to get. You're looking forward to Enneagram of Girls Just One Weekend. What's my Enneagram? 1. Most people know this. I'm an Enneagram 1. How do I keep from getting discouraged? So many small opportunities exist, but does it ever feel like those are just too many? No, that's what I mean by think small. Focus in on something you can do and do it. You know, a lot of our energy is going into engaging behind walls of obscurity online. While there's something to be said for awareness being garnered and created in those spaces, it's happening to such an extent that that saturation is actually, I think, creating the opposite of an awareness, a vacuum for awareness, you know, via desensitization. I think it's still extremely necessary, but I think that if you find yourself for hours a day in comment sections or putting too much of your energy into social media rather than really trying to find ways to get involved, you should probably check on what's happening to you adrenally when those things are happening. because you're meant to feel that way. You're meant to feel shock and horror and fear and motivation, but then you have to spend it somewhere. And if you spend it engaging with people that can't help you and that you can't help with online, you're not really, I think, spiritually centering yourself in the way that you're capable of. And that's why you're feeling those things. One thing I do know about war child and children in conflict is that they're one of a substantial amount of, but not many, organizations that really directly are focused on supporting children experiencing conflict. And they've actually sort of delved outside of conflict a few times too, like in regard to how they got involved with a couple of natural disasters and post-conflict situations. They spend a lot of time in refugee camps, but I think in terms of Gaza, everybody's thinking basic resources, immediate resources right now. Food, clothing, trauma counseling, and reuniting children with families that they've been separated from. And I think that they'll be, when access can be gained, and they have gained quite a lot of access, unprecedented access into Gaza, especially during the humanitarian pause, but that when access can be gained unilaterally, it will be war child and children in conflict that are among the most successful in that region. So if you want to know who to donate to, you can donate to Children in Conflict and War Child via the Looking Out Foundation, or independently. You can trust them with your money. You can trust them with your volunteer time. You can trust them with your questions. And they're who I take my marching orders from as the U.S. ambassador for Children in Conflict. Thank you. She says it says a lot about me that my followers are interested in world problems. I think that says a lot about us. You've donated. Thank you very much. Your son is a conflict major in college. He's in Cambodia right now learning about rebuilding after genocide. Awesome, Paula. We need him. I love the commentary around this. Will you guys see what Catherine's calling me about? You're hearing my English accent. Shut up. What I meant by puffer jackets is that there was a little fundraiser campaign going to purchase jackets, blankets, and cold weather gear for children in Gaza right now because it's cold. It's wintertime. And whenever my thinking gets too big, Catherine brings me down to a thing I can do, a focused thing I can help with. And I remember that being a particularly moving realization. Any chance for a compound show while I'm taking my rest? I don't think so. I'll probably do these chats a bit. I really like talking with all you guys.
Catherine says to look at your messages.
My fireplace?
Because it looks dodgy.
Oh, God. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll go another 10 minutes. 10 minutes. My fireplace looks dodgy. So I'm supposed to check that out. Can you see the remodel? What's that Architectural Digest magazine wanted me to do? A little feature of my remodel. Nah, I don't really want people interested in my house. That's one thing I love about the Bramley. I never have to worry about whether or not somebody's going to come, driving down my road. I know that everybody hears, except Yvonne. Everybody's very respectful in this group. And if I could, I'd have you all over for dinner. A zipper on my back in Broken Horses just means like a puppet, like made to perform in some strange way. When I wrote that song, I was feeling really angry just about looking back at coming up in the music business and knowing how lucky I am and how accepted I've been, but feeling in some ways like as a lesbian, how I've kind of had to make or I've felt at times that I'm not super proud of in retrospect, that I've kind of made a joke of myself, that I've made it funny that that I'm different to make other people feel comfortable in the beginning of my career. And I think I was just kind of feeling angry about that. And when I wrote that into that verse, it's of course my fault that I decided to subjugate myself in that way. But at the same time, the industry kind of demands it, especially back in the days of radio when all those guys had so much power. And the only way you could really fit in with any of them as a lesbian was to just make constant lesbian jokes about yourself. And that hasn't aged well for me. We all do that. Yeah, you're totally right. We do. Yeah, we all do it. Why are you asking me about Greta Van Fleet over and over again? I love Greta Van Fleet. But did they say something about me or something? What did Greta Van Fleet say about me? Googling it right away. Sesame Street, maybe. Has that been announced yet? No, there is no Sesame Street. Ugh, ticket prices. God, I don't know how to speak to that. I think next time I do a tour, I'll ask for some kind of an educator to come into my administration and help me understand the concept of ticketing and how it's done so that I can make it as seamless and comfortable for my fans and family as possible. It is a complex issue that I actually don't fully have my head around. I'm apologizing to you because of the fact that I have not gained a PhD in ticketing yet. But I am interested, and I'm hearing a lot of people that are unhappy about the changes that are taking place and wanting to know more about why that is. I know that I run an expensive business when it's up and running, and that I've got a lot of people to worry about and their families to look after, and that as things change with inflation, all I can really do is assume that tickets are responding appropriately, but it doesn't appear that that's the case by the fact that the thread's going really fast right now. And I'm not the only artist that is dealing with this issue and not really understanding. Oh, somebody's saying they're really happy with the ticketing system. Amazing. Kelly will be really surprised to hear that. For some, it's Jamie Cullum. a jazz collab. Wouldn't that be nice with Jamie? I bet Joni would be proud of me if I did that. Actually, probably not. Independent ticketing company. Oh God, didn't Pearl Jam try that all those years ago? I loved your audience rainbows at Red Rocks. Topeka is amazing, guys. That's Andy Levine's team. And those people are incredible, man. They're my buddies. You guys remember Andy Levine from Six Man and Camo and stuff. He's actually kind of moving on to the compound part-time. He's coming out in a few days to do a little meeting with us about building a little cabin out here. We love him so much. He's our boy. Fireplace is calling. Audra Moore, are you in communication with my wife? Will I bring back Lilith Fair or something similar? I mean, I think I'm doing that. It's not quite as overt as or impactful, maybe even as Lilith Fair was. God bless Sarah and everyone that was involved in it. It was so fantastic and so huge for me. But that would be really complicated. No, I know you think I have the choice to opt out of dynamic pricing, but it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Because once something becomes the modus operandi for the industry and everyone that works in it knows that, it becomes a baseline for how things function. Let's see. These are such great questions. Do I like Taylor Swift? Yeah, totally. And Evangeline, God, Evangeline's really into Taylor Swift right now. We got her vinyl, like 3 records, 3 of Taylor Swift's albums, and a record player for Christmas. And because she's a country kid, she gets like matches. And because she lights fires for us in the morning, she has to get up and start the fire, which used to be my job. And now it's like half the time it's me, half the time it's Evangeline. And, you know, she's gonna be 10 in June, which is pretty young to like let a 9-year-old start fires. But she because she what?
But 10 is okay.
10 is okay?
9 to, yeah, 10
9 to
okay.
10, yeah, it's like borderline. She's also got a lot of knives. Like knives are a big thing for Evangeline. She got 2 knives for Christmas, and she's got like 5 or 6 like pocket knives, utility knives, matches, and lighters. Those are all big things for Evangeline. She's very responsible with them. So anyway, what I'm saying is that she has this record player and she has like her incense burner and her incense and her lighter. And we actually let this kid go in her room by herself and light incense and listen to records. So go ahead and hit me with all the parenting criticism. Oh, this is so much fun. I've missed you guys so much. Eva's a budding lesbian. You know, I don't think so. She seems pretty straight, but I don't know. Salmon habitat stuff. Interesting. I read about that a lot. Do I have any thoughts or feelings about whether or not it's okay to speculate a public figure's sexuality and interpret their art through queer lens? Oh, yeah, I think it's absolutely okay. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm assuming by TS you mean Taylor Swift. Yeah, I think it's fine. We should be able to talk about anyone's sexuality. In fact, we talk about straight people's sexuality constantly. Everything. Everyone they date, everyone they've ever had a crush on. It's not a taboo subject. And to even anticipate or pretend that it's a taboo subject, to speculate around someone's sexuality stigmatizes it. My daughter actually came home the other day, my 5-year-old, and seemed embarrassed because she asked someone if they were gay. like really embarrassed. And I told her, honey, you can ask anyone if they're gay, just like if they like purple or anything. You can ask a person if they're gay. It's absolutely fine, honey. It's appropriate. But I think about being 5 years old and how inappropriate that would have been. What a horrible thing to insinuate, you know? Can we talk about gender? Sure, yeah. Or ask anyone what their pronouns are. I've missed you too. Thanks, Patty. I got quoted in someone's vows last week. Oh, lovely. Carried me with you chorus. Well, could be me or could be Tim. We both wrote that one. But we're kind of the same, aren't we? You have a crush on me? Thank you. What is it about this face and this fishing hat and the sackcloth and ashes that's doing that to you? Thank you. Thanks for all the lovely things about it's been nice to hear my voice and to talk with me. It's been nice to talk about these things. I really appreciate all your sentiments on the conflict in the Middle East, your empathy for suffering, and the capacity that you have to understand that activism isn't a one-size-fits-all cloak. And your engagement, how respectful this communication has been. I appreciated getting to talk to you guys about lovely Winona. I know that really bothered you. I know we can all still love her and hope that what she did doesn't represent how she feels. I appreciate our conversation around ticket sales. I apologize for knowing less than I do, for knowing what I do and wanting to know more. And I'm appreciating some of the things that you guys are having to say about it. I love talking about what I may have or may have not done with Uncle Elton. Oh, my face isn't bad, but it's my voice that you're interested in. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
I was.
Backhand compliment.
Let's see. I love talking with the guys with the book. Yeah, some of this discourse is really respectful and really good. There's a few things, but mostly this has just been a really nice conversation with a group of people that I care about very much. Well, there's a lot of people on here, Kel.
Mhm.
He loves seeing Eva and Eli. Great. They look great, don't they? They're so big. No, I haven't heard about these corduroy pillows, Megan. Tell me what you mean. Because I do have a problem with pillows and bedding and candles. I buy them. And I'm not working. So I really shouldn't be buying diptyque candles, should I? And yet, here we are with an $80 candle. Okay, I have an hour and 15 minutes I've been on here now. I should go check out my fireplace. Catherine's making a roast dinner for me. I miss you all. I'm in a break. I'm not in a break. I'm in a reset. And the band's never breaking up. I'm going to play some shows this summer, but they're going to be reviews of my music and career and the whole span of it. Mostly trio with the twins. Not doing the Gorge. Sorry to tell you. The other things I don't have definite answers on yet. The book is amazing. And my activism is soulful and private and hands-on at the moment. And I'm very excited about Girls Just Want a Weekend. Very nervous about the Grammys and the people that I love. Trying to summarize everything that we've gone over. I still don't know about these corduroy pillows. Thank you. Aunt Cindy's really well. Ticketing. You want me to know more about ticketing? Okay. I'm just going to take all of this about ticketing as a massive compliment that you guys care at all about seeing me. And when I figure out what kind of music I want to make next and what kind of songs I want to write next, and I get a little more solid in my art, I'll dig into some of that administrative work that you're asking me to look into. All right. Well, so much love. We'll continue this, in the coming days on Community. My app got deleted. I tried to re-download it. I couldn't do it. Kelly gave me my password back. So now I'm back on Community after having just texted you guys today a couple of times. But just a reminder, if it says XOBC, it is 100% definitely me. I would never pretend otherwise. I can't even be bothered to pretend otherwise. I'll see you guys on Community. And wherever else Kelly and Yvonne want me to haunt. No, not no Gorge. No, Gorge next year, just not this year. Not never again, I promise. And I will see all of you in Mexico with our special guests, plural. So many special guests, but there is one big special guest. So good. I can't stop looking at their things. Okay. Bye. Did I forget anything?
No.
Yvonne says no. Kelly says no. That's it. Mwah. End.